Welcome everyone. It's another Wizards pregame. We got Cardo Dudley Jr. here. I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. The Washington Wizards are on the road tonight. Coming that losing streak that they're currently on has reached, I believe, 7 games now.
Mhm.
No, I'm sorry, they're an 8-game slide. I apologize. They're on an 8-game slide. Conversely, they're taking on the Pistons, who they're hot right now. They're looking for their 7th consecutive win. They're being led by their young duo of Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren. Cade coming in averaging 25, right under 10. We could kind of say 10, 9.8 assists, right under 5 rebounds. Duren, 19 and a half points a game, right under 12 boards, along with a steal and a block. Cardell, we talking about these guys when they met in preseason, and remember that outing. But this is when it counts for Washington, and want you to tell the people just how tall of a task they have ahead of them this evening.
Yeah, it's an extremely tall task. They're one of the top defensive teams in the league. Third in the league, I believe, currently at 110. Um, they third in points allowed, only allow 110 points. They're very, very, very physical, very, very athletic. Uh, they rebound the ball well. They're ninth in the NBA in rebounds, 46.8. Um, Sixth in steals in the league, 9.6, and second in blocks, 6.3. Um, yeah, they don't beat themselves. Obviously, Cade Cunningham, who's playing at the MVP level, one of the top point guards in the league, who I feel like don't get mentioned enough. Um, with him guiding, things, they they only turn the ball over 14.8 times, just under 15 times a game, which is 12th in the league. So they really don't beat themselves. And obviously, K does everything. We can go in on that, but you got to start with him, and that's a big tall order with his versatility and his size and what he could do. Jalen Duran, he's an animal. So he's averaging 19-11. I feel like he's playing at an all-star level, shooting 65% from the field and 83% from the line. Like you can't even foul him. You put him on the line, he's gonna make you pay. Um, oh, by the way, they get to the free throw line 28.9 times a game, fifth. So the Wizards have to guard without fouling if they choose tonight to be in the guard to begin with. And it's not just enough to play good defense. You have to rebound. You have to be physical. Like this is one of those games where whoever plays will need a lot of ice. You just gotta get your mind set. It's gonna be a brawl. In basketball terms, not like literally fighting. It's gonna be a very, very physical game. And if you're the type that don't want to be physical, shy away from contact and all that stuff, man, it's gonna be a tough game for you because the Pistons ain't going nowhere, especially at the crib. They're gonna be feeling good. I don't think people realize how deep they've gotten. They added Karis LeVert and Duncan Robinson to help with shooting, and they've been doing their jobs. Duncan Robinson shooting 40% on the season, and Karis LeVert is shooting 40% on the season, man. But here's the kicker: Isaiah Stewart shooting 39% from deep. So that big man rebounding, he trailing. You look at his eye test like he's just gonna be trying to bang and be a bruiser, and you sag off, he will make you pay now. So you have to guard him. You have to really be aware of that. That goes back to understanding matchups on defense and stuff like that, man. Even when you get in, also have to be aware of Ron Holland. He brings in a lot of energy defensively coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? He gets out there. He's there like that energizer bunny, so to speak, that spark plug on the bench. And then Asar Thompson. I think the guys on the Wizards, the perimeter, they gonna see a lot. Whoever's 1, 2, 3, they gonna see him switching off all of them. Everybody's gonna get a taste of him, and that's not a welcome sight. He's one of the top defenders in the league. You know what I mean? Averaging 13, 6, and 3, 1.8 steals, which leads the team. He's a pest, man. What can you say? Just like his twin brother, they pass on defense, man. So for the Wizards, the only way you can't come in here just being passive and just thinking finesse. You're gonna get beat. It's as simple as that. You have to match their physicality, throw them off. one thing that the Wizards do, again, that might throw them off is they get up and down the court. You know what I mean? So the Pistons are 16th in the NBA in pace. So, that might be, something that throws the Pistons off, but only for a matter of time till they catch up. Because if they're getting stops, then it don't matter how fast you're going. And if you're not getting stops, then the pace don't matter. So that's one thing that we just got to keep an eye on. I know, last game, Tobias Harris didn't play. And so Isaiah Stewart was listed as out as well on yesterday against the Sixers. So I'm interested to see if they play today. I don't know. We'll see very soon. But with that being said, regardless, they're still dangerous. They're still deep, and extremely well coached, man. So it starts in the trenches, man. And I'm focusing on the defense and rebounding, because if you don't match or beat them at those two areas, you're going to lose the game. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, you laid it out perfectly. And just to piggyback off that point about the glass, there's 6 in the league on offensive glass. So those possessions we saw Washington falter in their last game against Dallas because they couldn't close out possessions by snagging a defensive rebound. This team, you don't want to even head down that path with it, because you can get blown out just off second chance opportunities. Cardell talked about how physical they are, and that's to a T, to a man, regardless the starters, the second wave, third wave, what have you. You just can't. You're not going to come out of this game if you don't fight on the glass, if you don't fight at all, period. Like you said, it's an ice bag game. You're going to feel the Pistons whether you want to lose. You might as well take the punishment and leave with a W. Take care of business and walk out with something. Otherwise, there's a reason they've won 6 in a row. We've been watching little by little, and they made a jump last year, and this year they hit the ground running. So again, for Washington, if you want to get back in the winning column this evening, those little things that you didn't do at the end of that Dallas game, the little things that you've struggled to do this year consistently, it starts with doing that stuff tonight. Otherwise, it's just going to be a really long night. And we've seen in spurts where, I think in the Sixers game, we saw Maxey kind of take control of the game. At times, we've seen other point guards take control of games. Cade is one of the best in the league at that. To your point, like you said, he's kind of flying under the radar, but he's playing the position at a extremely high level. So I kind of understand it, but that's another discussion for another day. He's really good at what he does. It's hard for teams, for you to beat the Pistons, it's hard to wrestle control of the game from him, which means the ways that you do it is, like you said, you got to fight. You got to fight to take that from them in the trenches. It has to happen. Sarr's been going through it a lot this season with a lot of tough matchups. He's going to have his hands full. The rest of the Wizards, you need to go down there and help their brother out on the glass. Have to. Not only tonight, but the first 2 games of this week, you have to rebound. Otherwise, you have no chance. We'll get to that second game Wednesday, but rebounding is at the utmost importance. These first 2 games this week. You got Detroit tonight, you got Houston on Wednesday. You don't rebound, you're not winning those games. It's as simple as that. Because both of those teams find a way where, they can shoot the ball bad because they're going to get 2 or 3 opportunities at it.
Right.
So that overall field goal percentage is a couple teams where it doesn't matter that much. Congratulations. It's one of those teams where it doesn't matter that much because they'll just get it back. And the biggest, when you're talking about Duren, shooting 83% is a 5 from the line is absurd.
Man, shooting 39% from deep with as physical as he is, that could throw you off as a defender, man. Like, you anticipate, we about to be banged, yeah. And then he hit you with the finesse part of it, you're like, oh, whoa. It could throw you off. And if he bombing away, if he plays tonight and he bombing away, man, like, that's an added advantage. We know Cade, you know what Cade gonna do? He gonna go right down there in that block because he's bigger than everybody on the perimeter for the most part. Go right there on that block and go to work. You know what I'm saying? So that's an easy kick out. And if you are paying attention to the scouting report, which I'm hoping the Wizards are, you understand that the if you're aware of what's going on with Stewart, it's gonna be hard for you to come down, try to double again the paint and help with Cade when he got like say a smaller guard on like CJ or Bub or something like that, man. It's just gonna be tough, man. So that's a matchup deal anyway, right there. So I'm assuming they might put those guys like on Thompson, but he's such a freak athletically. He's 6'4", 6'5". That it's tough, man. But that's why they're tough to deal with. So again, it's gonna have to be one of them things where it's just like, hey man, we gotta go hard. We gotta go hard because we got and be physical because they're definitely coming with it one way or the other. And Jalen Doran, he could beat you by yourself. Like, can't afford for him to be looking like Moses Malone out here getting 20 and 20. You know what I'm saying? That's a guarantee, yeah. So we'll see if the Wizards bang and really come out with the energy and the focus and the physicality that's needed, man. Because this is an intangible game. Yes, you got to play basketball, put the ball in the basket, pass, and all that. But like I said, if you don't do the dirty work, you're going to eventually get your ass whooped.
Hey, man, I have nothing else to add to that. If you don't do those, you don't want to get in there and fight. Detroit only knows one way. That comes as part of it. So we'll check in with you guys after the game. We'll see how the Wizards do. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us for Wizards Pregame.